Yo, what is going on, everyone in the crypto space? Thank you guys for tuning in the channel today. Really do appreciate it. And again, I got more good information for you guys on cryptocurrency regulation because this is really something we're going to need to get through so financial institutions can easier lean into the XRP ledger. So really, right with the current regulatory uncertainty, financial institutions pretty much anywhere can utilize Xcurrent because all it's doing is building on top of the current fiat to fiat relationships. But what we're doing with XRP is eliminating those correspondent banking relationships and utilizing the asset XRP to leverage it for liquidity. Now, by utilizing this asset, we are obviously in the spectrum of regulatory uncertainty, where digital assets are not really, wouldn't say they're not supposed to be used, but they're not really not supposed to be used either. So we're kind of in a state of real regulatory uncertainty, and this is why I always bring you guys the latest information, specifically on these two cryptocurrency bills that are coming through. So you may remember Darren Soto and Warren Davidson. These are the two representatives that are just really behind cryptocurrency. It was really awesome. And quick side note, I don't find this coincidence how a couple months ago we had a couple crypto lobbying groups being formed. Now all of a sudden these congressmen are wanting to push regulation out there. So just something to know. But either way, Warren Davidson and Darren Soto, they were the two guys really behind these two cryptocurrency bills and wanting to get them through. But now we officially have a third member of Congress who is actually supportive of the Token Taxonomy Act. And I would assume, he's also supportive of the Virtual Currency Consumer Protection Act. But this information we have today is specifically about the Token Taxonomy Act. So now we have a third representative from Congress, guys, a third one expressing their support for these cryptocurrency bills. And I have a theory that I can back up with fact on why I think there's actually more members of Congress who actually are aware of these two bills rather than just these three who have spoken publicly about it. I'm going to give you the reasons why in a second here. So basically, the next U.S. congressman that has expressed their support for these cryptocurrency bills is Rob Woodall. So what happened was early this morning, XRP community member O'Shea, who he was actually in the live stream today and actually dropped me this info. So again, big shout out to him. Make sure do follow him on Twitter. Here is his Twitter handle. Make sure do give him a follow. He only has like 150. Make sure give him a follow because what he actually did was he emailed this congressman, and the congressman actually responded to him and expressed his support for this actual cryptocurrency bill. So, so he received a response from Congressman Rob Woodall via email about the Token Taxonomy Act and expresses his support for the bill. And this is officially the third congressman who has expressed their support for cryptocurrency regulation. So let's go ahead and go to the original tweet here. Basically, let's go ahead and read through this email because, again, guys, this is from an official representative from Congress expressing their support for crypto. And I don't think this is the only other representative because, again, I feel with Davidson and Soto bringing this to the Congress attention, that's why we have Rob Woodall here actually being really knowledgeable with this current act. So I think Congress is more aware of this than we actually think. So he says, "Dear Mr. O'Shea, thank you for contacting me to share your support for the Token Taxonomy Act. I appreciate hearing from you, and I absolutely agree with you that the federal government should do its best to promote the United States as the world leader in innovation and to encourage rather than stifle the growth of new industries. Certainly, this school of thought should apply to cryptocurrencies." One thing this kind of reminds me of is the infamous space race. Where the U.S. and Russia they're both kind of fighting to get that title of being the first country to send a man out into space and get on the moon. It kind of reminds me of that similar thing when he does state he thinks that the federal government should do its best to promote the United States as the world leader in innovation. So that's where what we could see in the future is kind of a global competition or not like a global competition, but a global race to try to get cryptocurrency, this new asset class, get real regulatory infrastructure of it and support the innovation. Because what may happen, guys, is these smaller economies like Japan and South Korea who really take advantage and leverage digital assets, they may actually see economic growth from this, and this actually might spark kind of a global race into wanting to regulate cryptocurrency. I kind of relate that to the space race from back in the day, where they were competing to kind of get that title of regulating cryptocurrency. So I feel like if the U.S. really hops on and Congress is actually working to push these bills through, because I feel like this is something that both the Democrats and Republicans can come on to together. It's not really a controversial topic, like border security and government shutdown. It's really kind of a neutral topic that I think really could have both sides vote for it, honestly. So either way, he says, while this bill expired when the 115th Congress concluded this past December, the good news is we can always revisit the issue now that the 116th Congress is underway. I look forward to learning more about this legislation from Representatives Davidson and Soto, should they choose to reintroduce the measure this year. So obviously, Warren Davidson and Darren Soto, they have obviously been in communication with other Congress members, because this is how Rob Woodall is actually really knowledgeable about cryptocurrency. And like he essentially in this first paragraph here, what's significant is that he explains the entire purpose behind the actual Token Taxonomy Act. So it means that I'm betting money that Soto and Davidson have been in discussion with Rob Woodall. And if they're in discussion with Rob Woodall, another congressman member, about this Token Taxonomy Act, they have no doubt talked to other congressmen about getting this actual bill through and having, the United States as the world leader in innovation. And I'm telling you guys, regulatory infrastructure will be one heck of a catalyst for XRP. It would allow financial institutions to easily lean into leveraging the XRP ledger with the clear regulatory infrastructure in place. So he finishes it off with, again, thank you for reaching out to me on this, on the issues that are important to you. Please do not hesitate to call me if I can be of any service. So really cool there. It's awesome to see now the third official congressman express his support for the Token Taxonomy Act. Now, he didn't do this in a public manner. He didn't do this in an email. But the real importance here, guys, why I wanted to share this with you is because Davidson and Soto, the two guys really behind these two cryptocurrency bills, it's now spreading to other congressmen. Other congressmen are now wanting to get this act through and get United States as the leader of innovation and support it instead of stifling it, so that way the bad actors can quit taking advantage of regulatory uncertainty, and the real innovators who are trying to build something amazing are actually going offshore. So I'm telling you guys, these aren't the only three congressmen that actually support this bill. I can tell you that right now. Because Darren Soto and Warren Davidson, they have definitely been in talks with other congressmen about getting this bill through, hence the reason why Rob Woodall is so knowledgeable in the purpose behind the Token Taxonomy Act. So I feel like Congress is much more aware of this than we actually think. So obviously with the government right now, with the current state of the U.S. government, I don't focus on politics too much, but I just keep very vague, I kind of stay up with, just the vague topics. I don't get into really specifics or anything. But really right now, this isn't exactly the most important thing. This isn't really on the government's top priority. However, this is sort of a movement that's not controversial and isn't going to have Republicans and Democrats clashing heads at each other. Because again, like I said earlier, this isn't like border security. This isn't, government shutdown. This isn't, like trade deficit. This is like really something that's not controversial. And I could see both sides contributing to passing this bill, because what member of government, aside from, if they're getting paid off by Swift, what member of government wouldn't want to help regulate an actual new asset class that just really needs regulation, because bad actors are taking advantage and innovators are leaving offshore? And imagine if the United States was really supportive of this innovation, we could see a fintech boom in the U.S. We could see a boom in the use of new financial technology, such as, essentially Ripple. So really, the whole goal here is, if we get the United States, we get the regulation, and I have no doubt that both Republicans and Democrats would want this, because again, I know I'm repeating myself and just trying to make my point through, but this is not a controversial issue, and this is something really neutral. And the whole benefit of the Token Taxonomy Act and the Virtual Currency Consumer Protection Act is to protect investors and support innovation. And what government wouldn't want to protect investors in their own country and innovators that are being established in their own country to keep the U.S. as kind of the world leader in innovation? And I'm telling you guys, Congress is a lot more aware of this than we think. We got now three publicly known congressmen who are behind this. But I guarantee you, the reason why Rob Woodall actually has a good understanding of the purpose is because Warren Davidson and Darren Soto have been very vocal about their support of these two bills. Guys, if the U.S. was to regulate cryptocurrency, and it would actually really kind of contribute to the birth of this, or contribute to the adoption of this new asset class, other countries are bound to follow. The U.S. is essentially a role model for the rest of the world. And the real thing here is that if the biggest economy in the world starts regulating this new asset class and starts supporting innovators, and then thus the economy sees a growth in financial technology businesses and businesses who are building their business models around blockchain and cryptocurrency, other countries are bound to follow. Essentially, if we get the U.S., the largest economy in the world, establishing infrastructure, protecting investors, and supporting innovation, and being a catalyst for adoption, other countries are bound to follow, because they can experience the same type of economic growth within their countries by by being supportive of these innovators, of this essentially just brand new disruptive technology that could absolutely change the global banking industry as we know it. So guys, really, it's honestly bullish news to get a third congressman being vocal about his support for the Token Taxonomy Act. And I guarantee you guys, because the reason he found out about it is because Davidson and Soto, they are being very vocal about it, and this other congressmen are learning about this. And I'm telling you guys, this is something that both Republicans and Democrats can get behind. It's not a controversial issue. It's very simple. It's establishing infrastructure, supporting innovators, and protecting investors. So guys, honestly, it seems like, you know, the U.S. is really on top of regulation. And he also says that now that the 116th Congress is underway, he can always revisit, you know, the Token Taxonomy Act, and in this new 116th Congress, they can actually, you know, bring this back up into draft and get this bill through and start helping, you know, essentially the innovators, and finally, you know, become a country where we're supportive of new technology. Yeah, maybe it might be a little bit risky. Maybe, you know, there is some bad actors in there, but with proper regulation, this can truly thrive in a healthy manner. I'm telling you guys, the U.S., they're on top of regulation this year. When regulation happens, it's going to be one heck of a catalyst for XRP. I'm telling you guys, it's going to be big. That's why I'm so glad about this. And if the U.S., I mean, guys, if the U.S. establishes regulation, I'm telling you, every other country in the world will follow, because the U.S. is a big dog. And if the big dog is regulating crypto, all the other smaller economies will do as well, because they can experience the same type of growth that the U.S. would experience by supporting these innovators. So guys, it's official. We got the third congressman being vocal about his support of the cryptocurrency regulation, and clearly they're going to be pushing it this year in the 116th Congress. So thank you guys for watching this video today. Really do appreciate it. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe. Check the links in the description if you want to get yourself a Nano S, or if you're feeling kind of good, maybe a Nano X, get kind of up there in the in the evolution of the Nano. But on a serious note though, just get the Nano S. I mean, really all you need to do is store your crypto. You don't really need Bluetooth connectivity. And make sure to hit those post notifications so you never miss a video or stream. And as always, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.